Yo, what's up? So in this video, I'm going to talk about the four core stages of NVC, as well as how we can apply it in our daily life. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the four main stages of NVC include the first one is observation, the second one is evaluation, the third one is needs, and the fourth one is requests. So now I'm going to talk about the first stage in the NVC process, which is observation. Well, observation just simply means that you observe what other people say or do to you, but we often observe in a way that is accompanied by feeling. For example, let's just say you have to quick for a really long line to get a movie ticket or something, and suddenly a person jump the queue and get the ticket way before you do, and you have waited there for a long time, let's say 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and in your head you instantly say to yourself or to somebody that, wow, this person must be really rude, or you have waited for such a long time and that person is so bad, so rude, so impatient, or whatever kind of negativity or criticism we can just heave at them. That is the kind of observation we do in real life, which is observation accompanied by our own feelings and stuff. But in NVC it is a little bit different. So in what way? In NVC, our observation must be separated from our own evaluation. That's why evaluation is in the second step, not the first step. So in NVC, one of the principles for observation is that when we observe things, those things we observe should never be the cause of our own feelings and emotion, but they should be just stimulus, or they should be things that we take them into consideration so that we can create the most appropriate and the most suitable response to what we say or to what we hear. In a nutshell, in the first stage of NVC, we should not accompany our observation with our own judgments or evaluation or labeling or anything. Just simply observe. That being said, I don't mean that we have to discard our feelings altogether or feel a different way, but it's just that we should separate the two process, so that observation is the first stage, evaluation is the second stage, and they are two different things that we need to consider when we observe and when we say things we intend to say. So for example, when somebody acts violently that they intimidate us, instead of saying that get away, you're so scary or something, we should say that I'm feeling intimidated when I see you behave so violently. So the difference between what I said earlier and what I said now is that at first we accompany our evaluation with our observation, which is we see them behave violently towards us, we say get away, you're making me scared. And the second phrase is that I'm feeling scared because you intimidated me. I know it's really hard to understand, but I hope that it will gradually sink in that these two things are separate from one another. So now we come to the third stage, which is needs. So most of the time we express a certain feeling in a certain ways because we have some kinds of personal needs that are not fulfilled and not satisfied. So I think that we should think in this way, what can we do, or what can they do in order to fulfill our needs or our desire. So basically the third stage is just around this examination and this consideration, which is what can be done to satisfy my or their own needs. Okay, let's take the example in the evaluation stage, for example. So when we feel scared because somebody just intimidated us, we can say that I'm feeling scared because I want security and safety. So security and safety, they are kind of basic needs of us because we want safety for our own, like we want separation from them, so we can pretty much say that security and safety. And finally, what can we do like when we want our needs to be fulfilled? Then we will come to the final stage, which is making requests. So I will still talk about the prior example. So after we say that I'm feeling scared because I need security and safety, you can also say after that, would you be willing to give me some personal space? So personal space is a request here. It like indicates that they should leave us alone, and so that we can have our own space for ourselves and feel more secure, more safe. So such genuine request just doesn't like make other person act out of guiltness, out of shame, out of like anger or something, but it really it is just like a compassionate request that the other person should give us some space. And that is the reason why nonviolent communication is like so effective. It doesn't create this kind of bad relationship or like bad blood between two person. All that being said, the 4 stages can not only be applied in verbal communication, but it can be also applied in non-verbal communication, like actions or behavior. Or we can still like sustain the principles as long as we are like totally aware and conscious of what we say and what we do. Like we are totally responsible for generating our own kind of action, right? So those are the 4 stages of NVC. I will make sure that I cover them all in details in the future. But for now, peace.